In this video, we're going to be talking about nail pop, and this is when a nail actually rises above the sheathing. And I've seen it happen to siding along with floor and roof sheathing. And the number one cause, along with the most common cause for most of our home repairs, is going to have something to do with moisture. Remember, wood is like a sponge. It absorbs and releases moisture, and changes in humidity cause wood to expand and contract. And this is what will eventually loosen the nails over time. And after it's dried out and contracted, and then gets moist again and expands, and then this process repeats over and over again for a few years or even a few decades, there's a good chance you're going to end up with a gap between the bottom of the floor sheathing and the top of the joist, or the nails are now going to be sticking up above the sheathing. This is even a bigger problem when you're using lumber with high moisture contents in it to build your home. Next up on the list, improper installation. This would include using the wrong nail length, incorrect angles, or even improper spacing. And of course, we can't forget the ultimate shiner. Any nails that miss the joist are often a common cause for those annoying squeaks you hear in your floor. Another problem you're going to run into using construction standard lumber like Douglas fir instead of engineered joist will be whether or not the floor joist were flat and level to begin with during the initial installation. Next up would be the movement that could happen over time as one board rises or lowers, putting additional pressure on the sheathing to joist connection, even if it has adhesive on it. Next up, the quality of your materials. This would include the joist, and the sheathing is also going to play an important role here. For example, 5/8 of an inch sheathing isn't going to work as well as 1 1/8 floor sheathing. 2x12 is often going to work better than 2x10, even if the floor span charts approve the use of 2x10. Another problem I noticed, even though I've rarely heard anybody talk about it, is the on-center spacing. For example, 12 inches on-center spacing could create a bigger problem than 2-foot on-center spacing. And the reason for that is there's usually going to be less pressure at the floor sheathing connection if the lumber does start to shrink and deform. And of course, this video would not be complete if I couldn't throw in the fact that some homes move while they're settling. And a good example of that would be one of the houses that I had to fix the floor on, where one corner of the house had lowered about 4 inches. And the last thing I want to mention will be age. Over time, wood fibers weaken, often making nails more prone to popping. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by hitting the thumbs up button or letting us know in the comment area.